Welcome back to RAMI'S Bar, the show that teaches you how to do professional drinks at home like we're doing over here. Today we're going to be doing some spooky drinks and we're going to be using dry ice. Of course, I'm going to leave in the description below where I found my dry ice and where I found all the objects that I'm using, including this nice glass cone where I put my water-infused dry ice in it, and you open it and you get all this smoke coming out of the drink, which we're going to be using soon for the next two drinks that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing two drinks. The first one is called the Black Widow, and the second one is called the Blackberry Smash. Both use blackberries, but both are completely different ingredients. One uses tequila, and another one uses bourbon and whiskey, and so we got both of you people covered. Let's do this. I love that worked out. Let's do it. We're going to start by doing the Black Widow. The Black Widow is a combination of blackberries, lime, and tequila. And then that's on the healthy side. If you want to make it a little bit sweet, because it's going to be very tart with all the blackberries in there, we're going to add agave syrup to it. However, you can skip the agave syrup. So you're going to need 4 blackberries, and then you're going to muddle the blackberries in there until we get, a very nice, juicy mix or formula, since we're in Halloween. Just make sure you get paper towels handy next to you, because this might get messy, guys. And then we're gonna add half an ounce of lime juice. At this moment, I suggest we add the ice just because I don't want it to spill when we're adding the ice later down the line. By the way, I forgot to mention that, you see what I mean? I forgot to mention that we got this recipe from an online website called At Home with Janan, and I'm going to definitely leave the link below to this exact recipe, and you guys can check it out. Very awesome website for all different, drinks and food items that she comes up with. So we're going to test it out. I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of tequila. The recipe calls for de pesado tequila, but also it says we can substitute it for añejo tequila, which I'm using right here. And then we're going to add half an ounce of agave syrup. And we're going to give it a good shake, but we got to be very careful not to spill like we did previously. So today we're going to be using dry ice with our drinks. I chilled my glass so that I make sure that it's actually cold at the bottom. But because it's spooky and Halloweeny, we need to make sure we get bubbles and smoke coming out of our glass, looking like we're doing, a witchcraft over here. So that being said, we're going to add just 1 cube of dry ice. Be very careful because you can get burnt using dry ice. So at the bottom there. And then double strain your drink into the glass just to be sure that we take out all the blackberries from there. As you can tell, you already see the smoke coming out, looking as if we're making our own spooky drink. Look at that. Again, this could get really messy, guys. So be very careful. We're just gonna use just a rosemary, and then we have it. And since we use dry ice, Definitely use a straw with your drink. You do not want your lips touching the dry ice. You're definitely gonna get burned if you do. And there you have it, Black Widow. Cheers. Loving the smoke, FYI. Best part about the drink is definitely the smoke coming out. The agave syrup helps a lot just because the blackberry is very tart. And using añejo tequila was really nice. It has that citrusy taste because of the lime. It's an awesome, beautiful drink. I mean, look at that. Look at that smoke coming out of it. That's just beautiful. All right, this is the Black Widow, and time to do the Blackberry Smash. So for the second drink, we're gonna need our bourbon whiskey and our rye whiskey. We've used the rye whiskey in a previous episode called The Godfather and the Al Pacino. Check it out. Very awesome type of rye whiskey to use. And then the bourbon whiskey is a wild turkey. It's very well known out there, and it's very easy and accessible to get. So with that being said, let's get started. For this drink, we're gonna need 6 blackberries. I've already added them into my shaker, and then we're gonna have to muddle those with 5 mint leaves in there. And like I said, we gotta be very careful and not to spill or, you know, make a mess because it's blackberries. Now we're gonna need to add 3/4 of an ounce of your sweet 1-to-1 syrup. We got our own homemade syrup. We just added hot water with sugar and mix it up together, 1 part each. So we can add our 3/4 of syrup in there. And then we're gonna muddle just a little bit again to make sure everything got mixed together correctly. Once that's done, we're gonna add our ice. Slowly add our ice so that we don't spill like last time. Now for this drink, it calls out for 2.5 ounces of just bourbon, but I do like to mix it a little bit more, so I'm going to split it up between bourbon and rye whiskey. I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of bourbon and then 1 ounce of rye whiskey, and then mix that all up together. So there we go. So now what we're going to do, we're going to need to double strain our drink into the glass. For this one, we're going to be a little bit different. So we're going to add a big chunk of ice in there in the middle, clear ice, and then we're going to double strain on top of that. You got to be patient with it because it's blackberries and it clogs up the strainers. And then we're going to finish it up with, again, 1 dry ice. Put this to the side, hopefully it doesn't spill. Be very careful using dry ice again, folks. Please do not get burnt using it. It's not worth it. Alright, stick that in there. Give it a nice smoke. And for garnish this time, we're gonna do blackberries and mint leaves. And then just like the previous drink, definitely use a straw because we're using dry ice in there. Do it on the side there. There you have it, Blackberry Smash, spooky version of it. Definitely you can taste the bourbon, you can taste the whiskey. That's the first thing, that's a big difference between this drink and the other one. The other drink is a little more citrusy, this is a little bit more dry. The sweet syrup, you don't taste it that much, but you definitely need it with all the blackberries in there, the mint, and your whiskey. Out of the two, It's very hard to decide, but I gotta go with the Black Widow. That being said, though, cheers. Hope you guys liked today's episode. We did some awesome 2 drinks. The first one was called the Black Widow. The second one was called the Blackberry Smash. The first one has the more spooky name for sure. The second one, you don't need to add dry ice to make it spooky. It's just the color helps it a lot. In the description below, I'm going to leave all the ingredients and all the recipes for both drinks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it.